Hello, I'm Walt Richardson. Join me for a very special edition of the Songwriters Showcase. Tonight I want to introduce you to a very, very special friend of mine, Wiliam Eaton. Eaton has performed all around the world, and the one thing that sets him apart from all the other musicians I know is he actually makes the multi-stringed instruments and guitar harps that he plays on stage. Wiliam Eaton.
It's hard to know which way the wind is gonna blow. Hard to come out of the darkness into light. Hard to keep your love alive. Hard to prosper, to survive. Hard to separate what is wrong from what is right. But you can find your way. Don't look for it in another. You can find the truth at the bottom of your mind. You can keep your love alive. You can prosper, you can thrive. You can find your way, you can find your way.
My musical career started in 1957 playing the ukulele. Played ukulele, then tenor guitar, and guitar ever since. And really changed when I started making instruments in 1971. And that's changed how I think about music and how I play music.
You can find your way. Don't look for it in another. You can find the truth at the bottom of your mind. You can play a winning hand. You can change and make a stand. You can start all over and follow your new dream.
I make the instruments that I play. I didn't start that way. I started looking for guitars that attracted my attention and playing them, hearing the sound, and obviously was trying to hear the different tonal qualities. But making an instrument is a whole different thing. And it takes a character of its own and kind of becomes its own thing. And you listen to it very carefully to find out its voice.
But you can find your way. Don't look for it in another. You can find the truth at the bottom of your mind. You can keep your love alive. You can prosper, you can thrive. You can find your way, you can find your way. You can find your way, you can find your way. You can find your way, you can find your way. Oh, yeah.
I feel to be continually evolving myself. With each decade that passes, you kind of learn new things and see new horizons.
Eli came to Phoenix for a second chance. Left Dad's dairy farm in Kansas to dance the big city dance. And Eddie drives a golf cart with Lois, his lovely wife. Cruising Sun City Boulevard, looking to retire to an easy life. Oh, they promised us water without rain, sunshine without pain. Oh, the promises of a desert city. Well, Eli first first met Sherry at a singles bar. Their wedding night, it rained near Payson, feeding dammed Roosevelt Reservoir. And Sherry wanted children and a house with a stucco fence. Eli made an offer to Lois and Eddie, who were selling to finance their new Sun City residence. Oh, they promised us water for our lawn, price of water for a song. Oh, the promises of a desert city. Fall from the sky. River, don't run dry. Snow melt from the mountain top. Bring us every life-giving drop. Water, source of life.
When people ask my musical style, it comes from a lot of places. Certainly world music is one way people talk about what we do, and for me it really comes with trying to understand our place here over hundreds of thousands of years, and as human beings, and participation with the environment and living within the environment. The music that I make comes from instruments made from wood and trees. And so I sense that right when I start to take a chunk of wood and try to understand the origin of that instrument.
When a drought came, the water stopped flowing south. The grass was getting dry and so was the baby's mouth. Those damn lakes are getting low and so are real estate prices. Seems like all of these damn promises call for sacrifices. Oh, they promised us as much water as we need. Water to satisfy every greed. Oh, the promises of a desert city. Well, now Eli, Sherry, and their baby live in another state. Lois and Eddie float along to their ultimate fate. The streets of town are filling up with fresh new faces. Maybe the souls of the ho-ho come here to leave new traces. Oh, they promised us things we couldn't hold, like a river running free that can't be sold. Oh, the promises all depend on damned water.
William Eaton has performed his music in various places around the world. He and his wife opened up the Old Town Center for the Arts in Cottonwood in order to bring great music to Central Arizona. He's also the co-founder of the Roberto Venn School of Luthier. It's a wonderful pleasure to have him. Let's listen to some more of his music.
I've never thought of myself too much as a performer. And when I first started playing the guitar, I went out to the canyons, went out to the natural surroundings and played to the stars and to the cactus and perhaps a coyote or javelina, whoever was listening. And much of the music I developed was very internal. I would listen, close my eyes, and the music I was playing would take me on a journey. And I never really thought about it as a performance career. Our Carlos Nakai, I think, is the same way, one of my chief collaborators. When we're on stage, I don't think we intentionally try to to put on a show and entertain people as much as draw them in and allow them to experience a journey with us. Get into this, what an athlete would call some kind of a zone where almost anything you do is going to be just perfect. And your surroundings and the musicians you're playing along with. And everything seems to be almost separate from your physical being, and everybody's participating in this thing that's happening within but outside of themselves instantaneously. And you're definitely embedded within that moment, and not in the future or the past. I think you could say the music that I do is personal, but I view everybody, in that way. I think one of the beauties and mysteries of life is seeing the unique, wonderful creations that each of us are and all the things around us.
There's a time when I'm out, driving in my car, out on a desolate highway, black night covers the desert floor. Out there in the distance, out in the desert sand, there is something that I want, beyond the will of man. And there's a time when I stop. Endless thoughts that drive my mind. Climb up to the top of a mesa to find solitude and wonder under infinite stars. The desert holds this feeling. Something that I want there, holding something deep inside, holding on to the desert, holding on to the wild. Something that I know cannot be explained, flourishes in the wild, but dies when it's tamed. This desert holds all that time has made, unchanged by human hands. There's a feeling of forever and beauty in each grain of sand, but sand sifts through my fingers. The wild is beyond my grasp. The twilight crack between the worlds closes with coyote's last laugh. Well, now I look down and see broken pottery shards from ancestors who've disappeared. Their baked dirt will return to the earth. It's what we leave that I fear. Sometimes I become angry, believing we're on the brink. I want to change the way we do things, change the way we think. Something that I want there, holding something deep inside, holding on to the desert, holding on to the wild. Something that I know cannot be explained, flourishes in the wild, but dies when it's tamed. I look down and see this ant carrying a piece of straw, just like her ancestors from millions of years, simply following nature's law. She just keeps doing what she's doing. She don't stop to ask why. There's something bigger that's moving her, bigger than you or I.
We are so proud to have Wiliam Eaton as a part of the Songwriters Showcase. Artists for the showcase are selected out of the walk-in Wednesday open mic nights that take place here at the Tempe Center for the Arts. Now, I first met Wiliam back in the late 70s, early 80s, and I've been a fan of his ever since then. Let's get back to some more of his music. Wiliam Eaton.
Every time I find your eyes meeting mine, I go crazy. Anytime you look my way, I'll be around. When I hear the sound of your voice in my ears, I go crazy. Anytime you talk to me, I'll be around. You can believe it's true. I love you, I do, I do. You're simply the one that makes me crazy. I'm going crazy. There's a time of the day, of the week, of the year I go crazy. Think for yourself of this time I'm talking about, when all of your world seems to bustle in mass confusion. You know you gotta stop, see what's going down. Take a breath in some open air. I drive in the countryside. Feeling good is not hard to do when you're crazy. I'm going crazy. Get crazy, Billy. There's a time of the day, of the week, of the year I go crazy. There's a reason or two in this world for you to go crazy. You're in love, you're in pain, you are happy or sad or blue. So whenever you remember that the world is just an illusion, you know you gotta stop and see what's going down. Just follow this simple rule. It's easy to be the fool. Feeling good is not hard to do when you're crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm going
Thank you for joining me for another Songwriters Showcase series. If you want to know more information about the Songwriters Showcase or the Walk-In Wednesday open mic or the other various magnificent programs happening here at the Tempe Center for the Arts, go to their website, tempe.gov. Until we meet again, keep playing, keep writing, keep jamming.